Men marry for the future because that wife you make is an investment for the quality of life you will live in the future. So the minute you make that bad investment, you're about to live a very horrible life. That's a bad investment you have made as a man. Most women, women choose based on now. But whenever you look at a man, you should consider his past, not his present. Consider his past and his future. The present doesn't really matter. His past will tell you what exactly you are likely to face in the future. A perfect.
Now, my favorite subject that you speak about.
Yeah.
You say men marry for the future.
Yes.
Please take us through that.
I mean, if he's not marrying for the future, then why is he getting married?
Yeah.
When you see a man.
Sorry, Sister Jo, because mostly we're thinking, hey, we're happy at this moment. You know, we love each other. We're at the peak. Let's get married now. You say men marry for the future. What does that mean?
So you are sitting across me right now. To the audience, it might seem as if like it's just you sitting across me. But right there, there's you. There's the third generation after you sitting with you there. So every time a man makes a decision, it's not about the present moment. Unless he's foolish, it's not about the present moment. It's always about the future. The type of wife that he will get married to. What is the first thing he considers? Does this woman have the capacity to shape and mold the children that I desire to have? Because not every lady has the capacity to raise destiny children that are chosen by God. It's a certain configuration and wisdom that you need to have as a woman. You see, motherhood goes beyond being pregnant. It goes beyond giving birth. Yes, I understand. We admire that. But motherhood is deeper than that. Being able to bring forth that which God has placed on the inside of the child and stewarding over it, discerning it, spotting it early, and covering the child to be that which God has called that child to be. A child that you would be able to look at and say, this child can take after my legacy because of the type of mother I have given them. So men marry for the future because that wife you make is an investment for the quality of life you will live in the future. So the minute you make that bad investment, you're about to live a very horrible life. That's a bad investment you have made as a man. So the first great investment that a man will ever make, I mean, obviously we're not speaking about finances or anything like that, is the wife before the children. Because the wife will determine the children, but also the wife determines the quality of life the entire family lives. So most women, women choose based on now. But whenever you look at a man, you should consider his past, not his present. Consider his past and his future. The present doesn't really matter. His past will tell you what exactly you are likely to face in the future. A perfect example. A man that comes from a polygamous family where there was polygamy history within the lineage, that man is likely to cheat. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they are likely because it's in the DNA. So it then prepares you to say, my husband's area of weakness could be this. Remember, this is wisdom. Or if you come from, if you have a man that comes from a family where there was drunkenness or maybe financial issues, it helps you to know where the battles are going to come from. Because the Bible tells us about weapons that are fashioned. The enemy doesn't just strike with random stuff. It always traces back to the thing that was prevalent within the generation. So when you understand where your man comes from, was there marriage? Was there divorce, drunkenness, abuse, all of these things, and issues? It will help you to understand the type of man you will be married to. So that when you start seeing a certain manifestation, you know how to deal with it. Many wives are married to men, but they have not yet become that man's wife. You have to understand that a lot of women go into marriage with a preconceived idea of what it means to be a wife. What a wife is to one man is not what a wife will be to another man. So this means that when you get married to a man, the first thing that you need to do is to become that man's wife. You have to forsake each and every ideology you had in your mind of what a wife is and how a wife ought to behave. You need to adopt that man's culture and ideologies to shape your character so that you can be a wife according to that man's standard. A practical example of what I'm saying, a pastor's wife will never be a governor's wife. The way they behave, their appearance, their mindset, their speech, their conduct will always be different. So a lot of wives, you are married to men, but you are not yet that man's wife. You are behaving like someone else's wife. You keep on copying templates from outside and you want to bring them into this home thinking that this is what it means to be a wife. Every man has a standard of what his wife ought to be like, how she should appear, how she should speak, what kind of mindset she should have. And as long as you have not adopted this thing as a wife, you have not yet become that man's wife. You are just a woman with a ring on your finger. And one thing you need to understand that as long as you have not yet become that man's wife, you will always face friction in your marriage because you will never deal with that man with understanding because you still don't understand what a wife is according to his standard. So every wife, understand, wives are not the same. Wives don't behave the same. Your behavior, appearance, speech, mindset as a wife will always be determined by the kind of man you marry. Subject yourself and adopt his ideologies and culture, and you will become the wife he always wanted to have.